The iPhone 16 Pro Max arrived and it landed on my table on the left here running the latest iOS 18. There is an update by the way, but I didn't really want to install it because this is just the out-of-the-box experience released straight out of Cupertino with iOS 18. On the right I have the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra with the latest One UI 6.1 with the functionality from the 6.1.1. You can check my full review and coverage there, everything about animations, performance and camera. In this video I am going to test the latest Apple chip, the A18 Pro versus current most powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 that is inside those phones. Now, they have a very different setup. Here we are using 4nm technology. Here we are already at 3, similar as last year Apple's phone that was also using 3nm. The A18 Pro has a hexa-core setup. It's very similar to the one from the previous year, but of course also delivering more performance. According to Apple, 15 to 20%. In this video, I'm gonna test the phone's performance and ability to handle multiple apps at the same time, because it's important to understand if we have any limitations. This one here has 8 GB of RAM, this has a bit more, but it's important to see if they can deliver in a test like this. So to set the scene straight, both phones started with 94%. We do have now 93% on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. I'm gonna do a temp measurement. 28 for the Galaxy and 27 for the iPhone. By the way, the ambient temps here today are very good, 21.8. So guys, it is not hot, it's already September, so it's kind of cool, which is working well for the phones. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna kill the Wi-Fi and let the phone connect to the 5G network. Both of the phones are using a SIM card provided by the same operators. Now that we are connected to the 5G on both phones, it's time to check some other important factors. Both phones are going to use auto brightness. So this is the second condition in my test, a Facebook Messenger call initiated. Why do I do so? Because I do believe that this stresses out the phones quite heavily. I've also initiated navigation with Google Maps, so we are gonna use the GPS on the background. And now I'm gonna start a YouTube video picture-in-picture. I'm also using the highest available quality, so this here is 4K 60 FPS HDR. So now the YouTube video is playing on the highest available settings inside the picture-in-picture, and I did notice that the small window here on the iPhone 16 Pro Max runs in HDR. And I did the same on my Pixel 9 Pro XL. On the S24 Ultra, the small window, the picture-in-picture, doesn't seem to be HDR. Navigation is up and running. I had to stop the video camera on my Facebook Messenger call, but you can see that the call is still on. So if I click here, we still have a call. I was not able to get this running together with a PAP YouTube video on the iPhone. But right now, guys, we have met all the conditions. We are connected to 5G. By the way, the S24 Ultra already dropped to 4G plus. We also use the navigation that is started here. We have a Facebook Messenger call and we're playing a YouTube video, highest available settings in PIP. 89% of the battery for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, 85 on the Galaxy. All right, 39.8 for the S24 Ultra. Let's check here, 34 something. The best way to measure the iPhone temps though is on the back. So it's circa like 37. Now we can finally start the true nature of the test. I'm gonna play Asphalt for half an hour, or at least as much as I can, before one of the phones really drops the ball. And you can see a timer here. I am using 60 FPS, highest available graphic settings on both phones. So far, both phones deliver good result in terms of frame rates, and I can already start feeling the heat. The video is playing in the picture-in-picture, the frame rate is okay, the graphics are nice, and everything really is by the book. Now the whole question is, how long can we go and do this? This is the second run of the Asphalt. By the way, both phones are without the cases. I just want to make sure that they are getting the best conditions for the test. (43.7), all right, 35.7, but I told you we have to measure somehow on the back. So 38 is the real temperature. We can already see that the S24 Ultra with the 8 Gen 3 is getting hotter, and now it's time for test number 3. We still have though 5G on the iPhone, and sadly the S24 Ultra dropped to 4G plus, which is not really pleasant. So far, kind of the iPhone is able to keep all the other conditions running the navigation, as you can see here, with the messenger call, with the picture-in-picture YouTube, also that being in HDR, and also maintaining a 5G connection. Okay, I'm doing the very same stance on both phones so that we are able to just check what happens with the graphics. So far, I don't see any noticeable drops in the frames. What are the results after test number 4? We do have almost 42 Celsius on the iPhone, 36 for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is actually more than 40. Again, we have to measure it on the back. 84% of the battery versus 79%. And the iPhone 16 Pro Max is still using 5G and playing the YouTube video in HDR. The S24 Ultra is not using HDR in the small window, and it's also not able to sustain the 5G connection. It had to drop to 4G plus or LTE plus. Oh, yep. I just got the message, guys, that my phone is just too hot. So it had to already close something, and I do believe that the YouTube picture-in-picture video is gone. What are the temps? 43.3 for the S24 Ultra, and how much do we have? We have 39. Wow, 39.6, so 40 on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And this is without me using the Good Guardian's Thermal Guardian to adjust thresholds. I'm gonna try to do it one more time. Okay, no, it just closes, guys. So I do believe that this is the end of the test for the S24 Ultra. So what is important to understand, 74% of battery for the S24 Ultra, 80% of the battery for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It also seems that the Facebook Messenger call was killed. So I do believe that this is the game over for the S24 Ultra. Let me just try to put another video in PIP. And every time I try to start a YouTube video in picture-in-picture, it's just not working. I do believe that this is the end for the S24 Ultra in this test. So iPhone 16 Pro Max was able to maintain the 5G network versus 4G plus or LTE plus on the S24 Ultra. Also 80% of the battery versus 73% of the battery, so apparently even more battery on the Apple iPhone 16 Pro Max. It was also able to run the YouTube video in a picture-in-picture in HDR, which wasn't the case for the S24 Ultra. Alright, right now the S24 Ultra recovered. Now I can continue the test, but the same is gonna happen very, very soon. So clearly the Apple iPhone 16 Pro Max was able to handle navigation, Facebook Messenger, audio call using 5G, playing YouTube video in picture-in-picture, highest resolution HDR, and also playing the Assault 9 game, and it just won the test. But guys, please let me know what you think down below in the comments. I kind of expected this behavior from the S24 Ultra because I tested so many times versus the S23 Ultra and also versus the Pixel 9 Pro XL. You can check the video here. But clearly, Apple really did something with the A18 Pro, because previously the iPhone 15 Pro Max wasn't that good, at least in my test. Let me know what you think down below, and if you enjoy videos like this, yeah, you might want to check some of the others. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, VST over, and bye.